Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Crescent.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are here at Little Strokes Swim Academy in Waunakee. And this facility has been in operation for just under a year now. You may know Bill from previous segments here on Wisconsin Family, and we actually came to him today, which is kind of exciting.
It is kind of fun. I've seen his ads, maybe you have too, the commercials where he's got these little tiny ones dipping in and out of the water. And
they're smiling like it's totally normal. It's adorable.
It is adorable. It's also really kind of fascinating to me.
It's very fascinating because, you know, kids can, you know, when they start at the right age, I mean, it's very natural being in the water. So, you know, they just adapt right away, and it's not a big deal. It kind of removes that sort of anxiety that they have that they start later in life. So.
Wish that would have been me years ago.
Right.
We're also talking cleaning. If you've been noticing that yellow dust in your home or on your car, we're going to learn from Chris Koenig, she's with Natura Cleaning, what that is and what to do about it. Have you noticed some of that?
I have. It's kind of like a yellow powder that's just kind of a film on my car. So, and when I use the windshield wipers, it just kind of smears it all over the place. It doesn't matter if I just wash my car either. So.
Well, she's the expert. We'll get some tips from her.
Yeah. And speaking of cars, our good friend Steve Bozeman from Steve's Auto Sales is going to join us, and he's talking about some things that you can do to keep cool in your car this summer. So he's got some good specials in terms of looking at your air conditioning system in your vehicle, and you know, some things that he can do to kind of keep it in check.
Yeah, this guy does a lot more than auto sales for sure.
Yeah, he does sales, he does repair, he does body work, we're going to find out, and so lots of things going on there. And he's got 2 locations now.
I did not know.
So Steve Bozeman is coming up. Steve Auto Sales right after the break here on Wisconsin Family, so stick with us.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Justin and I took a little trip out to Waunakee, and we are at Little Strokes Swim Academy. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
I got it right. And first time out here.
Yeah, first time we've been filming out here. Bill's been a member of the show for quite a while, but we're happy to actually make it out here.
Yep, and we'll be chatting with him a little bit later. But right now we're meeting with Steve Bozeman. He's the owner of Steve's Auto Sales, and they're on East Washington Avenue. Thanks for joining us today, Steve.
Thanks for having me.
And you brought
again.
a guest.
I brought my little beautiful daughter, Ava. Say hi, Ava.
Hi. Nice to meet you, Ava. Well, we're kind of sweating it out a little bit in here in the pool area, and it's getting close to summertime. We got some 90
Definitely
degrees
is.
coming up.
Definitely.
Let's talk air conditioning in our cars. And
Okay.
if it's not working, it's great when it works, and when it doesn't, we're miserable. You got some help in that area?
I do. Actually, we have a $69.99 charge and refill deal going on right now. If you notice that your AC is not getting cold, you roll the windows up and you turn it on and it's just lukewarm, you probably have a leak or you could need a recharge. So come on in, we'll $69.99, we'll inspect the system for leaks, we'll charge it, and make sure you're blowing ice cold air through your AC system.
That seems worth $70, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would say, and especially if you have a potential leak that could lead to the same thing happening next year, I think it's important to be able to get that checked out. So.
Absolutely, and also we're thinking of the environment. If you have a leak, you know, these are EPA type of deals, and we want to make sure that you're in compliance with the you know, with the environment. We don't want to be releasing these gases out into the environment when we can do it right and get your car nice and cool at the same time.
So that's a repairable thing if there is a leak?
Absolutely. There's a lot of O-rings and, and seals inside of the system, and we have a particular way we go through and it will identify where the leak is. We can fix it and make it work properly.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to switch gears just a little bit here because...
Is that a pun intended there?
Got me. I'm a poet, I don't even know it. Southern Wisconsin, Dane County especially, has a growing Hispanic population, and I think that for some folks, any folks really who don't speak English very well, that can be kind of a deterrent or kind of really a determining factor in terms of where they go to get their services. So do you offer Spanish-speaking help over at
We
Steve's?
do. We just started a new finance company that is just Spanish speaking.
Okay.
So we have someone for the Spanish-speaking people who can explain everything. Sometimes it's hard to break things down well enough unless you have someone that is fully bilingual and that can understand. And this will help to, get the deal done faster and better, to where you don't feel like you're being taken advantage of because of a language barrier.
Some of those deals are tough to understand even in your own native language.
Most definitely.
Right?
The fine print,
That darn fine print, that'll get you.
Most definitely.
Let's go back to services. A common problem is folks getting locked out, or maybe a dead battery. Can you come and help?
Yes, this is just something extra on the side. We do offer a jump start service. We will come and we can jump start the car, get it going, kind of like the tow truck. We're a little bit faster sometimes. And everyone has locked themselves out of the car before. At the gas station, we offer this service. It's $29.99. We will come to you. We have professional equipment. It won't damage your car. We can go in and pop it, get you inside the car, get your keys, and send you on your way within like 15 or 20 minutes. So it's
Put the number in your phone right now.
Absolutely.
Wow, so did you say $29.95?
$29.99.
I mean, I've paid more than double that at times
Really?
to get my door unlocked when I've locked my keys in my
The
car.
convenience is definitely worth it, though. I mean, if you've been locked out, especially on a cold day or any day where you want to get in your car and go where you need to go, this service definitely can come in handy. So.
Wow, yeah, I'd say.
Got some groceries melting in there.
Yeah, my ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah.
So we've obviously, since you've been on, we've talked a lot about the sales part of, you guys have a set of cars in your lot that you are for sale, and you also do car repair as well, engine work and so forth. We just talked about air conditioning. What about body work? Do you guys do any body work?
We do. That is something that a lot of people have been asking about lately. We do everything from a scratch all the way up to a more major boo-boo. We can change fenders. We can deal with sections of a car. We definitely do we can make your car look cosmetically better. If you're tired of looking at this imperfection on your vehicle, bring it in, we'll give you an estimate. It's probably a lot cheaper than going to a major body shop.
Sure.
Then it will be quality work with quality paint, so definitely keep us in mind for your auto body needs as well.
Yeah, and I just have to ask this because, we're in Wisconsin and salt gets on the car and rust is always something that we're fighting. Is there anything that we can do as car owners or that you can do on your end to kind of either help prevent or help to mitigate rust?
Well, rust is more or less, rust has a lot to do with the cleanliness. If you wash your car more, this will keep the materials from building up. The rust has to have something to grab onto. So if your car is dirty, the salt will just sit on that dirt, and then it will absorb into the dirt, and then it will break down the dirt, and then the rust will go down into the vehicle. So it's just like almost the body. The cleaner you keep your skin, the less likely you are to have inflictions upon the skin, more or less. So it's the same with the material of the automobile. If you keep that thing clean, it'll probably stay that way.
Better get out there. All righty, Steve. Well, thanks so much for coming in today, bringing Ava along.
Yeah.
And we'll see you
Good job,
again.
Ava.
Yeah, good job, Ava. We'll see you again next time.
All right, thank you.
We'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Little Stroke Swim Academy in Wanakee, and we're going to chat with Bill Teagham later on in the program, and it's going to be a good segment. I think this is such a great place to film.
Yeah, and I think he might have a couple special guests with him too.
I will look forward to that. We are joined now by Chris Koenig from Natura Clean. How are you, Chris?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you today.
Thank
you. Obviously, the season for cleaning really is never over. And, people always need to get their houses clean. But you're out and about, you're on site. What is the number one issue that you and your crew are seeing in homes right now?
It's pollen, and
Really?
today's thing is all about me. My eyes are itching and they're watery. It's people who have pollen allergies. It's just getting into homes and affecting people.
I've noticed that too. Like I'll get my car washed and then 30 minutes later, there's this yellow,
yellow.
film
Yeah.
on my car.
Yeah.
I actually noticed it on the windowsill. I opened my windows in my home, and I was wiping it. I'm like, look at all that yellow. So
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And we've got our wrapped car, and it's just it's yellow. It's
Right.
got this yellow tinge, and we keep washing it. And the Natura Clean Mobile is yellow.
So the obvious solution is just buy a yellow car and you'll never have to
Right.
wash it again. right?
Exactly.
Other than that solution, Chris, what do you suggest?
Well, first of all, homeowners should close their windows and doors if they can. Yeah, because it's flying. If you have pollen allergies, the pollen's
Yeah.
getting in through the doors and the windows, and it's not only it's creating pollen dust in your home, and it's affecting you.
That's so sad. This is the time of year we're so excited to finally open up the house.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, dust. And it's better to dust with a microfiber cloth to trap the particles. If you don't have a microfiber, then a damp cloth would work also. Vacuum. You need to be dusting and vacuuming 1 to 2 times a week if you have pollen allergies, at least. And use a vacuum that has a HEPA filter, or better yet, use something like we use, which is a true HEPA vacuum. And what else? Putting a HEPA filter on your air conditioner. Yep.
Yeah.
So the home filtration then.
Exactly.
And you can go to a hardware store that sells that, and you can ask which of these filters are going to be best for filtering pollen, which has a HEPA filter, and so forth. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball here because we've talked a little bit about microfiber cloths in the past.
Yeah.
Once you trap all the dust and the pollen in there, I mean, is it just how do you wash it? Is it just a matter of rinsing it out then? Is that pretty much it?
Just wash it on hot.
Okay.
We wash it with just a drop of soap, a drop of liquid
Okay.
soap. You don't want too much because the soap will get trapped in the fibers also.
Sure. And you want to hand wash it?
No, we put it in the washing machine,
wow,
wash it
okay.
on hot, and then dry it on high, and you're good.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
pretty
easy. Yeah, but you have to wash the microfibers together. Don't put it in with anything else
other stuff.
because it'll grab all the lint, and you'll be dusting and leaving a trail of lint.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. I never thought of that. So let's talk a little bit more about the vacuums that you use because you talked about the different filtration systems that vacuums have. So what are you using?
So we use commercial backpack vacuums, but they're true HEPA vacuums. So they've got the HEPA filter, but the other part of it is that they're built seamlessly. So if you open it up to put in a new vacuum bag, you can see that there's no seams. It's just this round canister.
Right.
So it doesn't have seams that are allowing the particles to escape.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's got 2 defenses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's never even a consideration that I would have thought of, is looking to see if it's seamless or not.
Right. Yeah.
I imagine there would have to be a little bit of air leakage there if there were seams.
Yep. There is.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about pets. Now we know the issues with dander. How does that? How do they play a role with pollen?
So the pets have to go, well, unless it's like an indoor cat, but like if you have a dog or a cat that goes outdoors, they're going to come back in and they're going to have that pollen on their fur.
Sure.
So you want to be careful not to give your dog's baths too frequently because that will dry out your skin, and if you're allergic to pet dander, that's another issue.
Oh, yeah.
So what you want to do is just have a damp cloth ready for your dog when they come in, and just wipe them down. Just wipe the pollen off their fur and their feet, and that'll help control the issue also.
Hadn't really thought about that. They're out there lying in the sun, enjoying a few, winks and bringing in pollen.
Yeah, they're turning yellow like our cars.
So just buy a yellow dog and you'll be set then, right? So, you've given us some great tips today here, and I want to make sure that I get to both of these questions. But if somebody decides, these are great tips, but I don't really want to deal with this, I'd rather just hire Chris to come in and do this for me, what should they do?
They can go to naturaclean.com and fill out a request for a quote, or they can just call the number 215-6737, and we'll get them a quote over the phone.
And is it too late for people to get on the schedule yet for this summer?
No.
Okay.
Yep. They can get on the schedule, and just make sure that we're booking about 2 weeks out, so don't call in to hope for a cleaning that day or the next day.
Right. Okay. So plan ahead, in other words.
Yes.
Well, Chris from Natura Clean, thank you so much for joining us today. We always learn something.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Don't go away. There's more Wisconsin Family coming up after the break. Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at Little Stroke Swim Academy in Waunakee, and it's a little toasty in here, isn't it?
Actually, I'm thinking it feels okay.
Tropical.
Tropical.
It's very tropical. We're joined now by Bill Teagham, who is the owner of Little Strokes Swim Academy. Bill, thanks so much for having us here today.
Oh, I'm really happy that you guys made it out. It's cool.
Yeah, we've Bill, as we've mentioned before, was one of our first people to join Wisconsin Family, and we've kind of been with him on this journey to approaching this new facility that we're in today. So we're kind of excited to talk about some of those things. So I want to just kind of ask you. Hold on to this, maybe. You want this back? You want that back? Here, you can have it back.
We should introduce our guest.
Yeah, we should. Who's the one on your lap right now?
This is Sally. She's my little one. Not so little anymore. We're about almost 18 months now. Or 7. Wow. Oh my gosh, Mom's gonna. 17 or 18. Anyway, we're close.
Well, we met her a couple
Who
times.
is this? This is my daughter Lucy. She's my middle one.
Okay.
And her big sister is just finishing up her last day of kindergarten right now. So
Okay, fantastic.
Anyway, Lucy's now a 4K graduate, right, Lucy?
All right. Well, congratulations.
And the oldest one is Molly, right?
Molly, yeah.
So they all have to end with a Y? Is that
Oh,
what
sure.
some criteria?
Sure.
Yeah, ends with the Y.
I didn't even pick up on that.
My mom ends with the Y.
So, Bill, talk to us a little bit about how you
Mine
got
too.
your start in teaching swimming.
Yeah, well, I've been a swimmer since I was probably about 11ish, so I got kind of a late start. But, swam all through high school and a couple years into college, and are you going to get down now? And she wants to go for a swim. That's what's happening. And anyway, after I graduated high school, during the summers, I was always coaching at the summer team in Waunakee, and or the year-round team, but I coached in the summers. And loved it. Always loved coaching. Loved working with the kids. And a couple years into that, when I was 22, I opened up Little Strokes. We started at the hotels over there in DeForest. And we had like 16 kids our first session, and the very next session we had 80. And the third session we were hiring our first part-time employee.
Wow.
And after we kind of outgrew the hotels, we found the Madison Country Day School. We were there for several years before we opened this. We opened this place last August, and it's been great.
It's been a wild
Great.
ride.
Are you going to go?
You have
wanna-
two babies now. You have this place and
That's
then
right.
Sally.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So almost 1 year at this place.
Right.
And I have to say, I was really surprised. I was looking for some big gray building with a pool in it, and it's not that at all. It's really, I don't know, home looking, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Thank
very
you.
attractive looking, and
Thank
it's
you.
got kind of a modern feel to it.
It doesn't have a bedroom.
Very nice, very lovely.
Thank you.
Lucy,
What?
I bet you're a swimmer. Yes? Who's your teacher? Is it Daddy?
No. It's Mr. Jesse.
Mr. Jesse? Did I say it right? A shout out to Mr. Jesse.
Yeah.
What do you learn in swimming?
I learned backstroke, butterfly, side breathing.
What was the last one?
Side breathing?
Side breathing in front, the freestyle, the front crawl.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you said backstroke, the butterfly. The butterfly, that sounds like a hard one. Is that a hard one?
It's dolphin kick. It's really fun.
It's
Dolphin
really fun. Yeah, it's really fun. She gets to do dolphin kick. You're a good dolphin kicker, aren't you, Lucy? Yeah.
Good for you. Good job.
So, speaking of instructors, and you said that you hired your first instructor pretty much right away because you got such a great response. Do you have any new instructors now?
Yeah, we have a couple really good ones. One kind of local kid, not a kid anymore. He's married. I shouldn't call him a kid. But Thor Jepson is from Stoughton, and was a very good swimmer all through high school. Now competes in triathlons and does pretty well. And he's amazing with the kids. I mean, it's always. That's always the factor, right? You hire somebody and they're
Where's the dad?
really good on paper. They have great swimming credentials, and they might have some things where they work with kids. But really, the true test is when they're in the water, they're doing it, and my gosh, he is just wowing me in his training. And he's toward the end of his training now, and going to be taking over for some classes. So Thor is awesome. And then my other one, Haley Kunovich. swam for 4 years for UW Stevens Point and was team captain her last 2 years and was assistant team coach her 5th year. And now is in this area looking for a full-time job, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, come on over. And she's been amazing with the kids too, so I'm really excited with a couple of these new hires.
You know, it's one thing to be skilled as a swimmer. It's another thing to be able to teach the technique, but it's a whole nother thing to be great with the kids and create that relationship
Right.
so young, right?
Yep.
Well, good for you. I'm so glad that you found some great people.
Yeah, absolutely. And signing up for the next season, is that coming up soon? Or are we doing that now?
Yeah. Registration is really ongoing. We always prorate. So like if you sign up late for a session, we can always just squeeze you in and you pay for the weeks that you're there. But the beginning sign up for summer 2 starts next Monday, June 12th, 13th, something like that. I don't know.
You expect summer to be super busy?
Summer's a little bit of a slow season for us. We'll be busy at home with all these sports these kids are doing and stuff like that. But we compete with outdoor pools and vacations and all sorts of things in the summer. So so it's a little bit of a slow time for us in the summer. We pick right back up again when school's back in session in the fall. So
Okay, so people can sign up starting
there's plenty of spots, is what I'm saying.
And you said that they can jump in any time?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yep. You don't have to sign up at the beginning of a session. If you're 5 weeks into the session, you're like, okay, we have some free time now. Let's do swimming on Tuesdays. We'll take you out in the middle of the session for sure. Yeah.
I mean, they can't literally jump in anytime. They gotta just sign up first. Okay. So, this is obviously huge in terms of you've, been here for just under a year, you said? Just under or just over a year?
Just under a year.
Just
in
under a
August,
year?
it'll be a year, yeah.
And so, what do you see on the horizon? I mean, are you gonna build another pool on the side here? You're gonna have 2 pools eventually? Is that
all the neighboring lots to this place are vacant. I'm very tempted to buy a neighboring lot.
Really?
We built this pool maybe a little bit too small. We filled it up right away, and which is a good problem.
Right.
I just really underestimated Wanakee and how Wanakee is just all for the kids completely. And so it would be nice. This pool. I'm sorry, honey. This pool is very much a lesson pool, as you can see. It's a small pool designed for lessons. And we do run a non-competitive swim team out of here, but it'd be nice to have a 25-yard pool where we could actually have a real swim team.
Right.
So that is on the horizon. I don't know when. Don't quote me on it, but yeah, someday we're going to be doing this.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, what a success story. What an awesome story that is to
Thank you.
tell how you got started and where it's grown from there. So,
Awesome.
Will Teagham from Little Stroke Swim Academy, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for having us.
Oh, thanks.
And thank you to all of our viewers for watching. That's all the time we have. We'll see you next time right here on Wisconsin Family.
Clap your hands,